If we're not at a Disney park, we're dreaming about being there, and a cup of Joffrey's Coffee Disney Blend helps. But what about when you're at a Disney park? The Joffrey's Disney Kiosk and Restaurant Locator will make sure you never miss out, whether it's a cool drink on a hot summer vacation or a great cup of coffee at a Disney signature restaurant. Joffrey's has you covered. Check it out at Joffreys.com.
Greetings to my old pals, Bob and Tim. This is your old pal, Eeyore. I'm so excited for the latest ResortLoop.com podcast. So as we board the monorail for one more trip around the loop, might I remind you all, por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Let's get on with the show. Oh boy.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
And that was our open today, brought to us by Mr. Brad
Eeyore.
Mr. Eeyore.
What? What? That was who was? Wait.
Oh, I don't think I gave it away.
Yeah, Eeyore. How about that?
Eeyore, thank you, Eeyore.
Or Brad. Whatever we're gonna call him. Oh, how nice. That's kind of how we feel here in Northeast Ohio most of the time because of the weather.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, bother. Oh, my goodness, Tim. Well, thunderstorms are rolling through.
Yes, we got to wrap this up before it hits.
Before the power goes out.
And we're both wired to a bunch of wires plugged into the wall.
It's probably not a good idea.
You saying I should get out of the bathtub? I should not be podcasting from my bathtub?
No.
Oh.
Or making toast. I've told you, don't be making toast in the bathtub. I don't know how many times I got to tell you that. Bad idea.
Who knew?
So you just got back from a wonderful cruise.
Yes.
And this just came across the wire.
This just in.
This is Disney's tips for packing.
Yes.
For a 7-night tropical cruise. And I thought, this would be a great opportunity because you just got back to see if Disney's correct.
Yes.
Because we oftentimes, when we talk about things like, I don't know, parking fees and gondolas and things like that, we question Disney's judgment.
Right.
So we're going to see if Disney's packing tips for a tropical Disney cruise are accurate.
I love this.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Swimsuit and cover-ups.
Yes.
They're saying pack at least 2. Do you take 2 swimsuits?
I'm lucky I have one. Let's be honest.
I got to tell you, I like the idea of packing 2 swimsuits. Anytime I go on vacation, 2 swimsuits, especially a Disney vacation where you're in the pool. Mm-hmm. Nothing worse than putting on that cold bathing suit.
I suppose it depends on how often you swim. If you swim heavily, like you're a morning and an afternoon swimmer.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because in your room, there's not enough air current generally to dry the suits.
No.
And I know that everyone out there is going to find this hard to believe. The Caribbean is very similar to Florida in that it's humid and nothing really dries.
Nothing ever dries, especially the tourist.
Right. So you can hang the stuff out on your balcony or deck if you happen to have one. It's still going to take a while. You got to go out there and flip it quite a bit. And you're really not supposed to have anything out there while it's moving because you don't want anything to blow off into the into the ocean. So
protect the dolphins. Don't let your Speedo go into the ocean.
There's so much wrong with that statement.
All right, swimsuits are okay. All right. So far they're batting 100.
Oh my.
Shorts, shirts, tank tops, and sundresses.
I wear most of those.
I have photos, folks. He is not lying. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be warm, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
You want to be comfortable.
You want to be comfortable. You want to have your options. That's a good call.
All right. This one, they say athletic wear and gym shoes. There's lots of ways to break sweat on a Disney cruise. Bring clothes to play basketball on Goofy Sports Deck or to squeeze in a quick workout at the fitness center. The ocean view from the treadmill can't be beat.
I can't tell you the number of times I've broken a sweat playing 80s trivia. Oh, my goodness. Down at O'Gill's down there in the district. Yes.
I will say gym shoes came in very handy for me when I went on the Disney cruise, to run up and get like my third ice cream cone.
Absolutely.
Of the day.
Absolutely.
You don't want to slip on that deck. You want to make sure that you get, nice tread on those shoes.
Absolutely.
I
agree.
You work out.
What's that?
If you work out, why not?
If you work out, if you're like a deck runner, you like running around the deck, absolutely. Get your workout in.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I will say this. This is, you got to keep in mind what your shore excursions are going to be.
Absolutely you do.
You got to have those comfortable shoes. You're going to do a lot of walking in a lot of cases. Maybe you're going to be doing, some sort of water activity. Maybe those water shoes.
Good call. Good call.
I don't know.
Maybe you're seeing some kind of like, Mexican ruins of some kind. Maybe you're going to do some kind of hiking excursion. Maybe you want something a little more supportive than a regular, tennis type shoe. Maybe you want a little bit of a hiking boot or a hiking shoe.
There you go. So definitely got to consider what your excursions are, as well as what you're going to be doing on the boat.
Right.
Cruise casual. What do they mean by cruise casual, Tim?
It means come to dinner, but don't look like a bum. It's basically cruise casual. It's really nice like dress type shorts, or just like khaki pants. You're better looking. I won't say better looking, like a good nice polo shirt, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is what Disney says that they don't want to see.
Right.
No tank tops, no swimsuits with their cover-ups.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you wearing shorts, hats, cutoffs, torn clothing, flip-flops, or tennis shoes. Now, I've worn tennis shoes.
I've done that as well.
It depends on, these are the adult. I apologize. These are the adult ones.
Mm-hmm.
But these could kind of go for most. This is the one that I cannot believe that they actually have to mention.
All right.
No T-shirts with offensive language and or graphics.
You got to mention it because someone's going to wear something. I know.
I know we don't have to say this because we know Looper Nation. But keep it classy, Disney fans. Come on.
Exactly.
How many times have we been in the parks and gone, really? You wore that shirt? That's what you think is appropriate to walk around with a bunch of kids.
Right. And I will say these are more for dinner. Like for lunch, if you happen to be in the main dining room or whatever the dining places you go to, you can get away with shorts and maybe a t-shirt. A nice t-shirt. But dinner,
yes.
Dress up a little bit. Just a little bit. You don't have to go with a 3-piece suit.
Right.
You don't even need a shirt and tie unless you're going to Palo or Remy.
Right.
Actually, Remy, because Palo you can get away with the khakis and a really nice collared shirt also.
Okay. And what should the ladies wear if they're going to one of the nicer, the adult dining at Palo or Remy?
Same thing. They could wear like a nice skirt. They could wear nice pants. They could wear a dress if they wanted to. Just kind of the same rules apply. Just look nice.
Yeah. Think I always tell people, think business casual kind of thing. You don't have, like you said, you don't have to have a jacket if you want to. You want to wear a suit. That's up to you. But kind of a business casual where if you were going to meet some important people, you want to look, nice.
I believe Remy a jacket would be required though.
Oh, is it?
I believe so.
Okay.
Last I remember hearing, double check online. But I know you're good with just a regular collared shirt, a polo shirt. Although people do wear shirts, ties, and jackets to Palo also. So whatever you're comfortable with, but just be aware what the minimum requirement would be.
Okay. Well, I do see that. Remy, yeah, a jacket is required.
Right. So Phil Collins will not go there because he says no jacket required. Woo.
And speaking of shoes, pack some nice dress shoes if you're going to the adult dining, if you want to get dressed up. And don't forget, don't they have the one night where you're supposed to get dressed up anyway? Kind of.
Yeah, they have semi-formal night and a formal night, which you can take part in. You don't have to take part in it. It's basically, if you want to dress up and get your picture taken by the photographers.
Oh, okay.
But if you don't want to get your picture taken by photographers, but you still want pictures, anybody there is willing to take your picture for the most part. So
It's almost like you're saying everybody has a camera in their hand all the time.
I know.
Who does that?
And it better be on airplane mode.
It better.
Those pictures are going to cost you an awful lot.
Yeah, don't forget that. Your cell phones, you don't want roaming charges. What is this Pirate Best? What are they talking about?
Pirate Best? Is that just dressing for pirate night?
Okay.
All the cruises have pirate night. You can wear whatever pirate-inspired wear. You could probably even get away with a T-shirt for pirate night if it had pirate-themed logo on it.
So a nice Johnny Depp,
nice
T-shirt,
Johnny Depp,
maybe?
Captain Ron, whatever pirate you want to go as.
Oh. I want to see a show of hands from Looper Nation. Who has ever gone on a Disney cruise and dressed as Captain Ron? That would be. I need pictures.
Oh, we need to do this. Maybe you can help me do this. Let's put a Facebook poll out there. I don't know if we've ever done a poll. Who's the better pirate? Captain Ron, better looking pirate. Captain Ron, or Johnny Depp.
How about this?
How
We'll
about
just go full out. Who's the best Disney pirate?
Arr!
Captain Hook.
Oh,
Don't spell. You don't have to spell.
see.
All right. So what about a light sweater? They're saying you should take a light sweater with you. Why is that?
My wife always takes a light sweater because the dining rooms tend to be chilly. And if they're not chilly, if after dinner or even anytime during the cruise, you're going to do trivia somewhere, or any kind of onboard activity, it could be chilly there. So you always want to have something.
I agree 100% with that, because we learned early on going to Disney as often as we did. This is just going to Walt Disney World, not even the Disney cruise. The air conditioning will get you every time.
Yes.
You don't think about it because it's 80, 90 degrees outside and you're hot and you're walking around. But as soon as you walk into those restaurants to sit down and have something to eat, you're freezing.
Well, here's the thing, and people don't think about this, I don't think, on the cruise necessarily. Unless you're on an excursion or on the pool deck, generally you're in air conditioning the rest of the time.
Oh, good point.
So, and you got to have that air down pretty low because you got to get that humidity out of the air as best as you can.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And, they're cranking it down because they know that the more people you jam in someplace, the hotter it's going to get.
Right.
And so the air's pumping out pretty hard, even when there's not a lot of, and then when there's not a lot of people there and you're the only one, it's really cold. So.
Right.
All right. So that's some of the stuff you got to have. What about for excursions? They're saying a backpack or collapsible tote bag.
That's a good call. It's always a good idea when you're getting off the ship, at least to have a bottle of water or two with you.
Good call.
Because you don't know where the water is going to be. I won't say how much the water is, but do you have to pay for it? And with American dollars, can you use a card? Can you not use a card? So we always walk off with it. We try to take a couple bottles of water, at least. Maybe
that's a good call. And then not to mention the money exchange.
Right.
If you're going into a country where you got to exchange the money, you could be paying $23 for a bottle of water.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
And if you're doing something like this where you're going to another country, check your credit cards, whichever one you normally use. See if there's any kind of foreign transaction rates.
Oh, that's a great tip.
We have one card we use for a lot of this kind of thing or trips where we know it does not have a foreign transaction fee. So there's additional fees we're not going to have to worry about on our card because you already have exchange rates and that kind of thing you got to kind of worry about. So at least take one variable off the table for your trip.
Great idea. Great idea. All right. More for the excursions. Lightweight pants, capris, or leggings?
I would not wear leggings myself, but I can't. I saw that and I'm like, a lot of the like hiking things they're talking about where you'd need pants. I'm not going on. So any of the excursions I've been on, the shorts have been fine. But yeah, if you're doing something a little wilder, or maybe you're getting some sun you weren't counting on, you might want to wear something like longer pants. Keep that sun off you.
That's a great tip too. Maybe you take at least one, long sleeve, lightweight. It doesn't have to be a heavy weight shirt, long sleeve shirt.
Right.
And yeah, lighter fabric, longer pants in case you do get sunburned and you don't want to, have those extremities out in the sun anymore.
And that's another good thing to take in your backpack too, is the sunscreen.
Oh, absolutely.
There's nothing worse on any vacation than having a sunburn and trying to sleep that day or the next day.
By the way, if you guys want to rewind this just a few minutes, keep in mind, Tim did not say he has not worn leggings. He just wouldn't wear them for this shore excursions.
I choose my words carefully.
Yes, you do. This one, I cannot stress enough the importance of this. This is so, you got to have this. Now, they're saying a GoPro or an underwater camera.
I saw that.
You can buy those cheaper ones, the $50 or around $50. Those things in 4K. And the video is fantastic.
And they'll go underwater?
Oh,
my goodness.
I cannot stress this enough for Castaway Cay.
Oh.
You want to make sure you get that video of that barracuda staring right at you. Just to prove that it was a barracuda.
Ooh, barracuda.
Wouldn't you? And I'm telling you, it is so nice to have, not to mention the fact, you're at Castaway Cay. You want to get that Mickey statue. You want to get a picture of it or video of it.
Right, the one underwater.
Under the water.
Under the sea.
Just under the sea. But my son had just a real cheapo one. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm a little cheap.
That's the word.
He had a real cheap one, but the video still came out very well for it being a cheap camera. And we got to, see the fish underwater and all of that stuff. It was great. So I can't stress getting one of those. Get one of those knockoff GoPros. If you want to go full GoPro, that's up to you.
Right.
I am not judging.
Yeah, well, you kind of are, but that's fine. You're allowed.
It's more jealousy than judging.
Right.
I wish I could just go buy a GoPro. All right. Again, they're talking appropriate shoes.
Appropriate shoes as far as fashion, or appropriate shoes such as function?
Function. So you need shoes that are functional for when you're on the ship. This is where, and I'm not judging again.
Yes.
Please.
I know where you're going. Be careful with this.
Send all email.
Be careful with this.
All hate mail to Tim at ResortLoop.com. The ladies.
I knew it.
Don't go Imelda Marcos on us, okay? You don't have to take the whole everything. You a nice pair of shoes for Paolo, Remy. The rest of them should be relatively functional. A pair of flip-flops and maybe, a combo kind of shoe.
I will say I take 3 pairs. I take the everyday, tennis type shoe.
Yeah.
I have the dinner type loafer shoe.
Yeah.
And then I have flip-flops for the pool.
There you go. And then, like you said, if you're going to do excursions, you want to add some sort of a hiking, more sturdy shoe if that's what you're doing.
Right. And again, I reiterate, if I'm not doing anything like that, I use the same tennis shoe for the excursion.
Right. Yeah. And usually they're fine.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're We're not going rock climbing, Machu Picchu.
Right, but I will say, get them relatively new and have them broken in, because you're going to do more walking on the ship than you think you're going to do.
Yeah, make sure you break them in.
Yes.
You don't want sore feet.
No.
Either.
No. I got my other packing tip for you.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to pack light and just plan on doing some laundry on the ship. Because the Disney cruise lines have self-serve laundry. So just for adding, a couple bucks onto your card, you just set it up in the laundromat.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a load of, wash a load of clothes. You can dry a load of clothes. They even have a nice little place there. You can iron your clothes. So instead of, maybe packing, getting to the max of that limit for the airlines at the 40 or 50 pounds, depending on the airline, maybe just go a little bit under. No, just planning on that you're doing laundry.
Don't you usually just fly no luggage whatsoever and you just buy whatever you're going to wear?
I like to dispose of my clothes as I wear them.
One time, one and done.
They're paper clothes. I will say, we may or may not actually do the disposable clothing thing. Say like you got a pair of socks that you're about ready to throw away.
There you go.
You wear them, one time down there. Then when you're done, you just throw them away. And maybe the same thing with underwear. Just throwing that out there.
I'm just throwing this out there. If you're throwing your underwear away on the ship, you want to tip the room people a little bit more.
Well, you don't drape them over anything. You wrapping them up nicely and just place them in the trash.
Do not throw them over the railing.
Oh,
remember.
Oh, no.
Remember the dolphins. Remember the dolphins.
We don't need traumatized dolphins in the Atlantic Ocean.
No. Anyway, this one you turned me on to, not just for a Disney cruise, but for your Disney room as well. I absolutely love this. It's especially good for young kids. And that's the door magnet for your stateroom.
Yes.
You let me use
the official
Resort Loop official ResortLoop.com door magnet.
Yes, we did.
And it was fantastic. It was, sometimes you're getting back to that room late and you're tired. They all look the same.
Right, exactly. That
hallway looks so long.
It's a testament to perspective in art class when they would draw the lines converging in the middle. But yeah, even if you have younger kids, they might not remember the room number necessarily, but they kind of know the area. And you see your ResortLoop.com magnet or whatever magnet you're deciding to put up there to differentiate your room.
There you go.
Maybe have a fish extender up out there. We did a show on that not too long ago.
Or if you happen to book your Disney cruise through Resort Loop Travel Group, you're going to get a little magnet.
Ooh. Get
a little magnet, maybe.
Maybe.
If you want, you get ask us. We'll get you a magnet. So I love the door, and like I said, even at Disney World, if you got young kids, make it obvious that, hey, this is our room. Very good.
Absolutely.
How about this one?
Okay.
I laughed when I saw this one the first time, but now I get it. Pajamas. Why do you have to have a nice pair of pajamas, Tim?
Well, in case you have to evacuate the room quickly in the evening. No, I'm kidding. The rooms can get a little chilly also. In the evening, or if you have people coming and going from your room, you have a few teenagers in there.
Well, this is what Disney says, and this is
what do they know?
This is why I didn't even think about this.
Okay.
The kids, make sure your kids have a nice pair of pajamas for walking around the ship. They don't want to miss the pajama parties at the kids' clubs.
Oh, I was going to say for pictures in the room, but I didn't even think about that one. That's a good call.
Pajama parties. So you're out there, your kid's having a great time at the kids' club, and they go, "Hey guys, don't forget tonight we're having the pajama party." And your kid's like, I don't have any pajamas.
I'm have to go down to the gift shop.
There you go. There you go. And then they also say an autograph book. Why in the world would you need an autograph book on a cruise ship?
I know you're going to find this hard to believe as well, Bob. There are characters on that ship.
What?
With scheduled meet and greets. and the opportunity for autographs.
How about that?
It is awesome.
And don't forget, you might run into Tim. Resort Loop Tim.
You never know. And especially
You
with
could
these...
say, Tim, here's my autograph book. Take it over to Mickey.
hold this for me, and then
Hold
take my
this.
picture. And I would be happy to do that.
Yes. There you go.
Plus, you have those Marvel Days at Seas, the Star Wars Days at Seas. You're going to have some characters out there.
Oh my gosh. Well, and you just brought that up. Yeah, absolutely. So you might not even be having a pirate night. You might be having a Marvel night.
Right.
Or a Star Wars night.
Yes.
You guys know what cruise you're going on. Make sure, just like with the excursions, make sure you have the right attire for what you're going on. So
you want to blend. You want to blend.
Well, you just want to have fun. You don't want to feel like I can't go to that because I don't have the right clothes for that.
You don't want to
just like I mean, really, you go, okay, wow, wouldn't it be the kids are having such a great time at the kids club? Yeah, I probably should have packed that jacket and we could have gone to Remy and had a nice dinner.
That's true. That's true. There's never going to be any other place you're going to go where your kids are going to be so well taken care of and you can go to such a great dinner.
Yeah, you've raved about that with your kids. They just absolutely loved it. And they met some long-term friends.
Oh, my gosh. I think I probably mentioned it on the show. One time we went on, I think it was our Alaska cruise. And then we went on the Canadian cruise. It was about the same time of year. We're on the cruise. Steven ran into a friend he had met on the Alaskan cruise because they cruise about the same time every year.
Wow.
I know. How crazy is that?
Didn't even plan it.
Nope. Didn't know about it beforehand.
How about that?
That's awesome.
That is cool. That's very cool.
And from our last cruise, my daughter's still communicating with all the friends she made on that cruise. So
lifelong friends. And, you know, life is about the contacts you make. And who knows? Maybe, after college, they'll get together and one of the kids will, be Bob Iger's kid. I don't know.
I know you find this hard to believe, Bob, but people who have the same common interest of Disney seem to get along very well.
Weird.
I know.
I don't know. Look at this. Is it a cult? Are we in a cult? Is that what's going on?
Cults might be a little bit strong. I think we use the term of, what is it called? Shared
insanity.
Well, there you go. That's a little calmer.
Here's some of the other stuff that Disney says you have. Obvious things. Medication, your medication. Make sure you got your medication and it's up to date. You're not going to run out in the middle of your cruise. Believe it or not every place has a Walgreens.
Yes.
Or a Rite Aid.
Right.
Or CVS.
Carry it with you. Do not pack it in your bags.
Right. Same thing with your passport.
I was going to say that next. Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? A hat. Some people like to have that. You are down on the equator. Almost. Make sure you're covered up. You don't want to get burnt. Let's see. Hey, how about this one? Wintertime. You don't think about it in the wintertime. But layering pieces of clothing. Because it can get cool in the evening, even in the Caribbean.
That's true.
So, this is Disney's, not mine, Disney's, what not to pack.
Oh, geez. This has to be fun.
Please, and this is all in caps, do not bring firearms and ammunition.
Right.
Now, why they don't say firearms and or ammunition, I'm confused about that.
No, do not bring them separately and don't bring them together.
Don't bring any of that stuff. Any kind of knife, sword, dagger, bullwhip.
Thank you, Indiana Jones.
For that. Or any other type of weapon. So if it's Indiana Jones theme night.
Yes. No bullwhip.
You can't take the gun and you can't take the bullwhip. These are not allowed. These items are not allowed on the ship under any circumstance. Guests found in possession of any weapons or similar prohibited items on their person or in their baggage may be denied boarding and are subject to severe legal penalties. Now,
it's known as security land, but go ahead.
Right. Remember this when you go on some of your excursions, because in some of the marketplaces, they may sell some of these things.
What?
Like a dagger or a bullwhip or a sword or a knife. You might be, on some beautiful Caribbean island and some guy's hand making these beautiful knives. And you're like, wow, that's a great knife. Uncle Fred would love that knife. He's a big hunter. Don't buy it.
No.
Don't buy it.
That's not a knife. I'm sorry.
This one confuses me, Tim. Mm-hmm. Please do not bring homemade, pre-cooked, or other perishable items.
There's no word there. I'm getting on a cruise ship where they're providing the food. I don't need to take any food on with me. I guarantee you're not going to have to worry about that one with me.
But I cooked this nice gazpacho. I need to have it with me on the ship. My grandmother, she said, this is here, take this. You don't know if they'll feed you on the ship.
I'm taking on a lasagna, a nice chicken pot pie.
You're looking thin.
Maybe some mutton. Eat something. It's your vacation.
Great grandma remembered coming over, on a ship, and they didn't really feed him very well. Please do not bring irons, bottle warmers.
No.
Sporting equipment.
Leave the barbells at home.
Balloons.
Don't release balloons.
Candles.
Open flame.
No scented candles. Musical instruments.
We want your neighbors to sleep. I'm just giving the reasons for these.
Illegal drugs inclusive of medically prescribed and synthetic marijuana.
Alrighty then.
You gotta leave the Mary Jane on land. Leave it in your car.
If everybody gets the munchies on that ship, they're going to run out of food.
This is what I don't understand. This was lumped in illegal drugs inclusive of medically prescribed and synthetic marijuana. It was lumped in with bottle warmers, sporting equipment, balloons, candles. Shouldn't that be like maybe a separate line?
That's the catch-all line there.
Apparently.
It's like throwing everything in the Hollywood studios. It doesn't matter what the theme is. We're just going to throw it all in there.
Please do not bring, finally, coolers except those. Oh, hello.
I'll get it.
Oh, it's Disney calling.
Oh, see, I told you we should have got done with this earlier.
Yikes. Coolers except those carrying medications. Not the one we just said. Baby food or items related to dietary constraints. So if you have a medical issue, you can bring a cooler, probably a small cooler. Mm-hmm. Don't be bringing one of those rolling coolers.
Was that Bob Iger calling again, by the way, before we keep going? Do we need to take that?
I don't know. Something about a cease and desist. I don't pay attention to those.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why we don't check our email.
Yeah, exactly. Email. Why would we? So anyway, if you want a list of the prohibited items, you can go to disneycruise.disney.com for all that information. So
love it.
So there it is. Those are some of the things that you can and cannot take, should and should not take on a Disney tropical cruise.
And now that you know what to take and not take, you need to book a trip.
You do need to book a trip with the Resort Loop Travel Group.com. We're going to do another one because you had the experience.
Now he's calling me. Hang on.
Now he's calling you. They really want us off of this show. As I was saying before Bob Iger called, we're going to. He was really yelling.
He was.
Wow,
man.
I no more gondola jokes. Apparently, that's that is a sore spot.
I thought I was calling in an open.
Oh, bother. Anyway, since you've done this one, and we've covered the Caribbean trip.
Yes.
We're going to do the packing tips for an Alaskan cruise.
Nice. That's a little different there. It's a good call.
Cold weather. cold weather trips.
Yes.
So we're going to do that.
Love it.
Before we wrap up, Tim.
Okay.
I have to make an announcement that I'm not happy. I have to make this announcement, but I got to make this announcement.
Okay. Right.
Due to some things that have been going on in my personal life, I have to take a break from Resort Loop, the podcast. It's the things that are going on are going to take up a great deal of my time and energy. And a lot of you guys that do podcasts, you know how much time and energy it takes to put out a show, especially every 2 shows a week. And Looper Nation deserves the best of us. And for a little while, I'm not going to be able to provide that. So I'm going to hang up my Resort Loop microphone for a short while after May 31st. So you're still stuck with me for a few more weeks. But Tim is going to carry on the gauntlet.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to help behind the scenes. I'm going to help him out with a lot of the stuff behind the scenes that you guys don't even know that is going on. And I'll also I'll be popping in occasionally on social media and all of that stuff. So I'll be keeping an eye on you folks.
Somebody needs to keep us accountable.
And hopefully everything will pan out the way we're hoping it'll pan out, and this won't take long. So, as I always say, that Tim is all I've got.
Excellent. Well, me, my family, the Looper Nation family, and everybody's going to be thinking about you. Send us our positive thoughts and prayers for this, and I'm sure we'll be back soon enough.
I do appreciate that, like you don't know.
No problem. Facebook, Twitter. I might even be on Instagram once in a great while. Every time I do that, I love it, but I forget to do it.
What is that Instagram thing anyway?
I don't know. It's like Facebook with pictures. I'm not really sure. Resort Loop Travel. If you want to call in and open like our friend Brad or our friend Mr. Iger, area code 414.
WDW.
Loop.
Don't forget to check us out on iTunes. Rate us over there. We really appreciate that. And check out the Resort Loop YouTube channel. And what else should folks do, Tim?
Everyone go out there and please share the gateway to the magic.
See you, everybody.
Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.